Hey guys, and welcome in today's special episode where, I want to share my story of this YouTube channel and I want to share some of the obstacles that you might face if you want to start your own YouTube channel in 2025. Of course, doing tech because, it poses a few challenges here and there. So, for all of you guys who are interested, what you have to do, and this is the video for you. One of the biggest hurdles in tech content creation, I would say, is definitely affording the gadgets. I mean, if I would have to buy every single piece of tech that I review, my bank account would just pack up and leave me a farewell note. So what's the solution for this? Renting maybe? Well, sure, but that gets, expensive fast. Buying and reselling? Well, that's a financial roller coaster with depreciating hitting harder than the 90s dial-up tone. So no renting and definitely no reselling. Luckily for me though, in Eastern Europe here in Romania, we have a 14-day no questions asked return policy that I think is still in place with Amazon and places, so you definitely have to check your local rules and regulations, of course. What does it mean for me? Well, it means that I can buy a product, review it, and return it in pristine conditions. Sounds great, right? Well, it also means that I have to treat every gadget like a newborn baby. So none of that, Linus Tech Tips things going around here where I just drop very expensive things because I pay out of pocket for them, and that's no bueno. And of course, if something goes wrong, I'm stuck with it, and that's an expensive mistake waiting to happen. So that kind of brings me to, what about insurance? Yeah, you should definitely have insurance. I'm basically using Revolut right now. So every purchase that I make is basically covered under Revolut's warranty. So if, God forbid, something or a oopsie moment happens, I can turn to Revolut for my money back. But anyway, yeah, that's another thing that you have to think about before moving forward. The expenses. I'm curious though, does your country have something similar, or do you have your own clever hacks to test the products without breaking the bank? Let me know in the comments. Let us know in the comments. We would all like to, sharing great ideas, right? That's what all this video is about. Okay, aside from getting your hands on a gadget, there's another crucial skill. Of course, I'm talking about, video editing. And let's be honest, if you're new to it, editing can feel like trying to defuse a bomb with YouTube tutorials as your only guide. You can either grind through hours of self-teaching or go through professional routes and take, the prepaid courses, basically. Oh, and, let's not forget, the elephant in the room. Many of these best editing programs do cost money, unless, you accidentally stumble upon the alternative method, which I will definitely not mention here, but you know what I'm talking about. Then comes, the equipment. I have some lights. I have a camera. I have a prompter. I have a microphone. I have the computer itself. So yes, let's talk about the equipment. At first, you can definitely keep it simple, but eventually you'll need upgrades, better cameras, clear microphones, actual lights so that your face doesn't look like a pixelated shadow figure, a decent tripod, a good lens, maybe even an external monitor, and before you know it, your setup starts looking like a miniature Hollywood studio set. So let's switch gears now and talk about your, required workstation. Because if your laptop is slower than your grandma texting, you're in big trouble. Nothing kills the creative flow faster than waiting for hours, for the footage to render while contemplating your life's choices. A solid CPU, a GPU that won't overheat from just opening a project, and at least 16 gigs of RAM can save you from a world of frustration. Lastly, I would say that a great tool to have is definitely an AI assistant. They are an absolute game changer nowadays. From script writing to generating videos ideas, from even helping with editing, AI tools can definitely make the content creation so much easier. And if you're like me, messy and unorganized, and constantly losing track of your own projects, then definitely AI can be the ultimate productivity hack for you. And me. Now, let's talk about something else when it comes to AI, and that's of course mastering the algorithm and SEO for this guy. YouTube is like a vast ocean, and without understanding how the algorithm works, granted, none of us actually know, we just have a general idea. But anyway, your content is basically a message in a bottle floating aimlessly, so it needs some organizing. Getting your videos seen is an art in itself, and SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization, plays a huge role into making sure your content doesn't get lost in the void. Mastering YouTube's algorithm takes time, experimentation, and a lot of patience. Keywords, thumbnails, video retention, audio engagement, these are all factoring that determine whether YouTube pushes your content or just buries it under a mountain of cat videos, which, let's be honest, we are all still watching in 2025. There are tools that can help us with this, like, TubeBuddy and vidIQ. They offer analytics, keyword research, and insight into what's trending, but of course, they come with a price tag. So some features are free, but for in-depth data, you'll definitely need a paid subscription to them. Just like editing software, these tools are an investment as well, and they both take, time and money. SEO, though, isn't just about titles and description. It's about making content that keeps people watching. The longer viewers are engaged, the more YouTube rewards you. So structuring your videos to hook retention in the first 10 seconds keeps energy levels high, and delivering value throughout the video is definitely key. All right, let's talk about some of the, other obstacles to overcome. For instance, I have a full-time job, and I suspect that many of you guys also have. So juggling a full-time job while trying to grow my YouTube channel wasn't exactly a walk in the park, and it still isn't. But funny enough, that job became my biggest advantage. Aside from the fact that my channel isn't exactly big yet. But hey, I'm gonna get there someday, right? Having a stable income meant that I could afford to test tech products instead of just daydreaming about them. At first, buying the latest gadget felt impossible. But then I discovered the secret weapon: rotating the capital trick. So here's how it works. I buy a product, I review it, then either I return it or resell it to recover most of my cost. But I'm definitely 99.9% returning the product to recover the full cost of my product. I just have to pay for shipping back and forth, but that's just pennies. It's like a financial hamster wheel if you want, but instead of running aimlessly, I'm slowly leveling up. Basically, each successful cycle lets me afford more expensive and exciting tech. At first, this felt like a risky game of financial Jenga, but once I got the hang of it, everything just clicked into place. My 9-to-5 job wasn't holding me back, it was actually funding my tech obsessions. Another plus with the system, it basically keeps me independent. No brand sponsorship influencing my reviews, no biased opinions, I just test the gear, share my thoughts, and keep it real. And that's just the way I want it to stay. Not only for me, but also for you, because I have to be honest, nowadays I find around 95% of what's happening on YouTube with reviews just fluff. People getting paid to say things, and that's it. Nobody's talking about, or very few people are actually talking about, what really matters with the product, how well it is built and put together. And yeah, this is kind of becoming a niche thing, right? With all the investigations going around lately, I definitely think that people have to know for real what's happening with a product during a review. And a lot of the YouTubers out there, no, they're not. They're just being paid to say things and move on. Another unexpected but very valuable lesson that I learned was the importance of, patience. It is easy to get discouraged when growth feels slow, but build a genuine audience, it takes time. I stopped focusing on chasing viral success and started enjoying the process. Each video, each review, each interaction with my audience was a step forward, and it still is, and I'm growing day by day. Hopefully, at least that's how I feel. Looking back, my tech journey has been one heck of a ride. Equal parts exciting, stressful, and filled with way too many "oops, I forgot to hit the record" moments. I've, definitely learned a ton along the way, mostly by trial and error, heavily emphasizing error. My goal, is to keep improving, of course, keep experimenting, and one day maybe graduate from being that guy who just rotates tech like a magician with a side hustle. Maybe. Just maybe, I'll finally figure out how to master my camera settings as well. Because, this is a learning process that is still ongoing. Beyond that, with this channel, I definitely want to build a real connection with my audience. I want my channel to be a place where people can just learn, laugh, and enjoy tech without being, the usual corporate fluff. My mission is to keep it raw, honest, and hopefully entertaining enough to keep you sticking around. And hey, if you made it this far, you're absolutely clearly invested. So why not hit that like button? It's free, and every click basically helps keeping my rotating capital strategy alive. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next tech juggling session. Until then, guys, you know what to do. Stay awesome, stay curious, stay, of course, tech savvy, and most importantly, don't forget to double check if you hit record. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Drop your comments down below. I'll always do my best to answer each and every one of you guys. And if you want to see my next oopsie and you don't want to wait around for it, there should be a link somewhere up here. And yeah, see you guys around.